All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and salutations to the hopeful elect brothers out there pushing this truth. This is the brother Lahab coming to you with another lesson. All right, real quick, just going to go into it. Uh, America's broke, man. We're broke, you know. A video that we would always blast at GMS Chicago with the one Edomite, he would always come on the screen saying America's broke. All right, America's broke and it's depleting its energy sources, man. All right, here it is there, in which hey, America has oil, but the thing is with America is that they don't have enough refineries for their oil, man. All right, that's the reason why they're talking about switching to electrics or you know what is so-called a cleaner version of energy, which is not, you know, with the ion poisoning and whatnot. There really is no clean energy, renewable energy source that Esau has been using. But it's also a bit of controlled famine that he's bringing about, man. All right, because once those trucks, which are some of the biggest gas guzzlers, as far as with diesel, and also these different planes, these where people are taking flights, flights are going to be limited and more expensive, you know, the closer we get to the end of this thing, man. All right. They're saying that America's going to run out of oil or gas, you know, come this month. So between this month, July, today being what, July 7th, going to July 8th, it's now 12 o'clock, so it's so-called July 8th. All right, but from July going into August, we're going to see a major shift and change. All right. And another thing is, too, as I get this scripture, uh, another thing is that gas right now is at an all-time low than it's been in the past. I'll say 3 to 5 months. All right. It said it's lowest than I'll say 3 months. It said it's lowest than it's been in 3 months. All right. But guess what? People that are pumping gas have also noticed is that there's no difference in their tanks. All right. Which they could be messing with the market once again because that's what it's all about, or they could be using the E55 that they were talking about. Nonetheless, hey, it's really just a trick bag to keep people's morales high. But hey, it's nothing that you can do to get people's morale high, man. They're not pleased with this current administration that's going on. But this is 2nd Ezra 16 and 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor always be mindful of the scourges. Right? Because there's been small little famines due to these proxy wars that's been going on. All right? There's been price hiking. All right? But soon, it's going to be an end all be all where there's not going to be anything on the shelves, man. But right now, we're still in the midst of a green tree. It says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And that's going back to that gas, man. All right. People thought that it was all good when they saw those prices go down. But once again, they noticed that their tanks, you know, that there's no increase in it. All right. Somebody who was putting $20 in their tank to fill it up, well, now $30 is only getting it half full. I'm talking somebody with maybe a 4 to 6 cylinder tank, man. All right. $35 is filling a 4 cylinder tank. All right. And it says, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. So this still shows you the famine is coming, man. All right. Because once the trucks stop moving, then there's not going to be any products in the stores. And once there's no products in the stores, that's when everybody's gonna, well, what did Chud the Builder say? Chimp out. All right. Like I thought it was in the 18th chapter. Got to rehearse this verse more, but this is Luke 23 and verse 30 says, "Then shall they begin to say to the mountains, fall on us, and to the hills cover us." Right? You know, because the elites are actually going to hide in those bunkers. All right, but you actually are going to have people that's going to be fending, man, in these times to come. So if they do these things in the green tree, what shall be done in the dry? Right, because you even got the elites hiding in the bunkers at these very moments, man. But at the same time, shit ain't hopped off yet. But people are what's the word I'm looking for? Uh, they're expecting, for lack of better words, they're expecting a world's war and a great time to come to where half of civilization is going to be wiped out. And if the average everyday citizen can see that, well, how about the people that have been planning these things, man? All right. Because what's about to happen has never happened since there was a nation, but you can see everything winding down to it, man. All right, these different dictators starting these wars to cover their asses from the satanic rituals that they've been doing, to these different man-made diseases, and also lie diseases with the lie IQ that's been going on, that's been causing mass death as well. All right, and mixed diagnosis. Once again, this is not uh, 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 me spreading any medical information. I'm just stating facts that actually happened. Would actually were admitted by administrations and false doctors. You know, Mr. Ouchie. But aside from these things, man, it's all building up for a climactic end. All right. One being that everybody's pointing out and noting who Esau Edom is and why it would be justified in destroying him and his nations. Especially that, I might do that in another segment where Putin keeps pointing out the fact that America is satanic. And when you keep on saying things like that to different nations where they still hold certain ideas and morality as their nation, well, then you're justifying that, well, the Lord would not punish us for destroying such a nation. For if they do these things in the green tree, what shall be done of them in the dry? But this is Daniel 12 and 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was, since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that is found written in the book. So it's saying it's going to be such a great time that we're coming into, that Michael the Archangel is going to be seen. All right? In which there have been reports of people seeing angels. There's been reports of those of angels going in and out of those so-called UFOs because we're at the end. So you're going to see a lot of bizarre things, man. And although it says, hey, as Yahweh Shai said, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, know that the end is not yet. But these are all signs of the end. All right? Ultimately, to tie back into, with this whole oil thing and the depletion of resources, what did Ezra say? This is second Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. So when we measure the times, what do? We take the prophecies that are mentioned in the scriptures and link them up with today's events. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, all right, which when you go into the scriptures like Revelation 9, it's like not 19, but when you go into Revelation 9, that mentions these different woes or world wars leading up to what? World War III. And you already have these nations at each other's necks talking about World War III. America's still trying to gain access of Greenland, which is going to be what? A major participant in World War III. But it's just a matter of what nation is going to gain control of that land as a tactical as a tactical region, man. All right. It says, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is this very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. All right, so these are signs. Another sign, okay. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, in which, man, just a couple weeks ago, it was what? It was like, it was multiple earthquakes all at once across the four corners of the earth. So if this is not the time, in which you can try to justify it and say it's because people been drilling into the earth, but that's still prophecy. What do you want to say? It's because people been fracking into the earth, or they've been drilling for oil, and that's the reason why. That's the scientific reason why there's earthquakes and multiple earthquakes. That's still according to prophecy, man. All right, because the Most High is not mocked. Hey, His word should not return unto Him void. Meaning what? He's not gonna say something that's not gonna happen. So every last thing that's written in this book is happened and will happen, and is happening. What did Yahweh Shah say? All right. I'm the first and the last. All right. Yahweh Shah to yesterday, today, and forever. So everything that the Lord says is happening, and it is going to happen, man. Like that movie, what's it? I forget her name. Like Michelle something from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Everything, everywhere, all at once. That is how it's happening. How they were hopping into different dimensions and different realities, and it was all happening at once. Whether it was the past, present, the future. Well, that's how the Lord operates because He operates outside of time. So once He says His word, it already pretty much happened. All right, declaring the end from the beginning. So that's what our power does. He's a living power. All right, and one of the things that He said, notably, is that He's going to destroy this place called Babylon. All right, let every man flee into his own country, and that's what you see going on right now. But there is great division amongst these nations. That's why I said that the 10 toes will be weak, man. All right, with the miry clay. They're separated as a division amongst Esau and Edom, man. The Roman Empire is at its weakest. So when a nation is at its weakest, hey, that's when outside entity or outside superpower comes and makes its move. And that's what Yahweh Shemiah Shai is about to do. All right? It says that He shall come and visit the world which He made. All right? Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right? So who knows if it's going to be another lockdown soon? Well, we know there's going to be some kind of great T attack. There has to be some great initiation, and that's the Lord visiting this place, man. Even if it's through the hands of Esau, Edom, even if it's something set up. Because the thing is that there's going to be a chaos that he's not going to be able to control. There's not any order in chaos. Only a demonic mind would think that they can control chaos like they're the Most High. The Most High controls everything. But with that, Lord willing, I'll be back with another lesson or segment on certain matters, man, to get into this. Because, hey, we're about to see some great things happen in the next few weeks. All right? Shoot, probably in the next few days, man. All right, especially after Trump made that great speech about America being such a great nation in 250 years, and him rearranging laws, like it says in the scriptures. He shall think to change time, the signs and the times, man. All right. But with that, I'm going to end this lesson off and give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakodash, Shalom, and the Bible Ball.